Take a moment to read the question. So f of x is a function given to us in the form of the limit of a sum, and we have to find out the limit of 2fx minus x divided by x squared as x goes to 0. How do we do this question? Well, the first step is to write down the sum for which we are trying to find the limit. Now we realize that this kind of a sum can be written as a definite integral. So we have this formula. The limit of the given sum on the left hand side is the integral of gy from 0 to 1. So we need to identify what is our gy function. Now looking at the first term and replacing 1 by n with y, we can say that gy must be this expression, which can be written as 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power minus xy. And therefore the limit now takes this form. It is x times the integral of gy dy from 0 to 1, which can be written down like this. Now multiplying the numerator and the denominator with e to the power xy, we can further simplify this integral. So we get this as the limit that we are looking for. Now how do we integrate this? So we can call e to the power xy as t and differentiating both sides, so the left hand side with respect to y and the right hand side with respect to t, and treating x as a constant, we find that we have this differential now. So changing the variable from y to t, we get this table. So when y is 0, t is equal to 1, and when y is equal to 1, t is equal to e to the power x. So the integral can now be written down in this form, and this is easy to integrate. The integral is log of t plus 1, the lower limit is 1 and the upper limit is e to the power x. So we simplify it to write it down in this form, and this is our function f of x. Therefore the limit that we are looking for can be written down now, and plugging in for f of x, we find that this is the limit that we have to evaluate. How do you evaluate this particular limit? So this limit is going to take this form now. Now where does this come from? Well, we are using the so-called L'Hopital's rule over here, which says that if the limit is in the form of 0 by 0, we need to differentiate the numerator and the denominator separately with respect to x and then try to take the limit. So now the limit now is in this form, and we can simplify it and write it in this form as the product of three different limits. Now we have another standard limit which says that the limit of e to the power x minus 1 over x as x goes to 0 is equal to 1. Therefore this limit will be half times 1 times half, which is equal to 1/4. So the correct answer is option C.